This is video number 3 in a series of 5 videos which I'm producing now to explain how to deal with the effects of stress. And in this video we're going to be talking about the importance of creating an aura of self-belief and self-trust. As stated earlier, stress usually comes in a form of fear, which is you focusing on things that you cannot control and also being over-dependent on the opinion of other people. And those are all the external factors that are contributing to your feeling of disempowerment or your lack of self-belief. And the more you do this, the more disempowered you feel. And that has an adverse effect on your overall well-being, in a sense you're getting stressed. So the most important thing in all that is to understand that all the power that you need is already within yourself. And it is important to also understand how your mind works, because it works in 3 sort of quite unique ways. The first one is that, as you already explained earlier, mind has 2 parts, the conscious part and the subconscious part. The conscious part is basically all your cognitive thought processes, such as thoughts, to some extent emotions as well, which you choose to dwell in. And your unconscious mind is literally everything else. And the functions are almost limitless, from controlling every single aspect of your chemistry body and how you operate internally as well as externally. Your unconscious mind also basically directs your destiny. And how it does that is through the feedback it gets from your conscious mind in the form of your thoughts and your emotions. So, whatever you choose to think and whatever you choose to believe, energized by your emotions, your unconscious mind is going to accept that as a truth and will work exactly towards that. So, if you choose to dwell in negativity and the negative aspects of life, that is exactly what you'll be attracting. If on the other side you choose to be positive, self-empowered and knowing where you want to go, unreservedly of whatever it is that you're facing right now, exactly that is what your unconscious mind is going to be working on. And it does through a specific set of pictures that you visualize in your cognitive screen, and also through the emotions that you actually use to energize those pictures, and the language or the words that you use to talk to yourself in order to make those pictures more meaningful for you. I hope you all understand what I'm talking about here. And that is that creates the process which you then use to create your daily routine, which creates your reality. In many cases, the daily routine which you use can be very stressful in a negative or a positive way. In the negative way, it's stressful if it leads you to results that you do not want to achieve. And you basically use them because you know this is your routine, this is how you do things, this you're familiar with, this is your comfort zone, and you follow it literally on autopilot, and the results are going to be exactly what you are doing. However, sometimes it's better to look other side and say, well, I want to be getting from A to B, but at the moment I'm not getting to B, I'm getting to somewhere else. It could be C, D, E, F, whatever, but it's not where I want to go. And the reason why it's that is because you're not taking the right road. But in order for you to take the right road means you to go to the direction which you do not know now. And that is very difficult because that is probably working outside of your comfort zone, which again represents stress. But that stress is so-called positive stress because that stress has a certain motivational value which at the end, when you get the result that you want, is going to be expressed through gratitude and increased level of self-confidence and self-belief. So at the end, there's going to be a very, very positive stress with a very, very good end results. So whatever you do in your life, you're going to be stressed You get together positively or negatively. But it's important for you to understand the moment you're taking right now, whether it's working against you, which is negative, or is it working for you, which is positive. Whichever you do it, you need to be able to answer the question immediately and know it instinctively. This is one or the other. So you have the choice to choose the direction that you want, literally at a snap of your finger. So the most important thing in all that is that you always choose to see the pictures that you want, only what you want. Fill them with the feelings that you find empowering, that will motivate you to achieve exactly what you want. And then find the language that you will find appropriate to actually motivate you to achieve exactly what you want, what you see, and what you feel. That is very, very important. And you should do that as often as you can in order to reinforce those particular messages to your subconscious mind, which will then find the way how you will actually get that solution or cross into that uncharted territory, which is at the moment your outside your comfort zone, which you're actually scared to venture in, but you know if you do that, you're going to see the results that you are actually fearing. At the end of the day, the most important part of the personal empowerment, self-belief, is to cross that line in which you think you cannot do. Because that's the way the magic is. Yes, there's a stress in there, of course there is, but if you do that, you will start to minimize the stress, you start controlling the stress by your conscious awareness of the fact that you control all that. This is something that you have chosen to do and something that you know that nothing will harm you except your thoughts and your negative beliefs and limiting beliefs that are actually preventing you to do that. So the process of personal empowerment is not easy. It's quite complex, and there is quite a lengthy training, which normally I do, involves quite a lot of exercising, mental, even physical, because it's all linked. But at the end of all that is, once you start implementing that into your life, at the beginning it's not easy, like nothing is easy, but then again, as you go forward, that becomes easier. And the reason why it becomes easier is because it becomes integrated into your thought process and your emotional drive. And to that combination, that becomes part of yourself. And you start challenging your own self-belief and your own directions and everything you do. And through that process, you're evaluating the levels of stress, whether it's positive or negative stress, whether you want to get involved in it, and if you do get involved in a particular stress, what are going to be the final outcomes that you're looking for. That is very, very, very important. And once you start doing that, you will then start to trust yourself more. And as you trust yourself more, your levels of confidence naturally are going to grow. And through that growth, you will start to control your stress, because the fear comes from the lack of self-belief. And it's normal and it's good to be fearful, but sometimes irrational fear prevents you to do things that will get you to where you want to go. It's just a question of understanding what is really worth being fearful from, and then find the solutions how to deal with it, as opposed to being irrationally fear of something and not doing it and then missing on things in your life. So I think this covers for this particular video, and in the next video we are going to be talking about the things that are important to focus in the moment and how to maximize your nows. Until then, goodbye.